And there was a moment where I was playing defense against Cade, and he went to the hole, and I got elbowed in the face, like the first possession.
Flagrant elbow.
So that was, a welcome to NBA moment.
What's up, all you Piston fans? It's close. We close to the start of the season. We got preseason coming up. We got a few things we're going to talk about today with this video, but it's close. We all feeling good. It's close. Our team is about to take the floor, and we get a chance to see what they're going to bring to the real NBA game, what they're going to bring outside of what's just on paper. So we all excited about that. Once again, it's your boy, Flagrant Elbow. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, that bell icon button. That way you'll be notified when new videos come out. Everybody, hit that like button as well. We are right now at 541 subscribers. I thank everybody for their support, their continued support. My YouTube family, my Twitter family, my Instagram family. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Flagrant Elbow. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the content of this video right now. It's been a lot of talk going on as far as the open practice, and also some things that the NBA has just changed that I think will affect our Detroit Pistons in a positive way. So check this out. Right now they're talking about if a player commits a transition take foul outside of the final 2 minutes in overtime, in regulation, outside of them final 2 minutes, if a team does a take foul, just fouling a player, the offensive team is rewarded a free throw and maintains possession of the foul. That's something that I think will reward Detroit Pistons. Our team is going to be a transition team, in my opinion, next season. A transition team, one that's going to get out every chance they get. They're looking to get out on the break. Every chance they get. That's what I see with us having a player like Ivy. Our centers are fast. Our guards are fast. Even when you got the bench coming in, Hamidou Diallo, fast, looking to run. Killian looking to pass. So you got some things going on. As far as our team's concerned, we have an up-tempo, fast team. I think this new rule change will benefit our team and stop teams from slowing us down in transition. Now, as far as open practice was concerned, it was a lot of good things, good observations made, especially as far as with Killian Hayes. He's a question mark for a lot of us. A lot of us have Killian Hayes on the hot seat this season if he can't get it together offensively. Well, a few things that happened with Killian Hayes during the open practice. He seemed more aggressive, and we of course know he's been talking about confidence, being locked in, being more vocal defensively on his media day interviews, and some of that was on display in the open practice. He didn't jump out and knock down threes, but when you seen Killian was getting to the basket. He was doing what he had to do to get to the basket. He was looking aggressive, and he was knocking down his mid-range game. And that's something that me personally, is part of Killian Hayes' game. The dog I would like to see in Killian Hayes. I want to see Killian looking to get to the rim, looking to get to the free throw line, and being aggressive. And confidence helps you be aggressive. So hopefully this is something that we can look forward to in the future. More to come from Killian Hayes is him being aggressive, laying the ball on the backboard, shooting a mid-range game, looking to go past his defender. We already know what he does defensively, but if he could develop a nice being a vocal leader defensively for the team with what he sees, if he's good defensively, obviously he sees something. So you take a person like that, you want that person to be vocal, help the rest of the guys out to see something that they may be missing. But we all know that Killian is a good perimeter defensive player. So if he's going to be a vocal leader, if he's going to be aggressive, that's all we ask for with Killian. He doesn't have to score 20 points, but when you come in off the bench, solidify the game. If we're leading, As a bench player, when you come in there, maintain what we have going on, or either take over. That's what we want. That's what we want out of Killian, because we know he's coming off the bench. When you come in there, lock down defenders and take the game over while you're in there in the game. So some positives. A lot of people, if you look on Twitter, a lot of people were happy with what they saw out of Killian Hayes in the open practice as well. So that's one thing I liked. Also, when you look at Jalen Duren, he looked solid. Jalen Duren, we're going to get to Ivy in a minute, but Jalen Duren, to me, I like big men that can defend the rim. I like defense. Ben Wallace spoiled me on that. But Jalen Duren looked solid. He looks raw, but he still looks solid defensively. He may even spend some time in the G League for a moment, and his attitude about that is that he's willing to do whatever it takes. Mike Curtis, the new beat writer for the Detroit News, had a beautiful article on some of the things that he observed. But he also, when speaking about defense, speaking about Jalen Duren, Jalen Duren had made some comments that he was willing to do whatever the Detroit Pistons want him to do. He's all for it. He's all for it, and that's what you like to see coming from a player like Duren. Pick number 13, but man, he could have went higher than that, really. To me, he was the best center taken off the board. Even with Chet Holmgren, he's not necessarily a center to me. He's tall, he's lanky, but he's more of a 4. But Duren was a solid defender, a solid center, I mean. So for me to see him come off the board at 13 to the Detroit Pistons, our Detroit Pistons, I was very happy with that. But that's something to look forward to with Duren, whether or not he does spend some time in the G League. If he does, he said he's okay with that. But he's getting to learn behind Isaiah Stewart, getting some training from Ben Wallace, and also getting some training from Nerlens Noel, a bona fide rim protector. So he's going to be solid. We just got to be patient with him and let him learn the right way and let him take his time. But there's no rush for him to go in and be great immediately. He's 18 years old. He has a lot to learn. And one thing they said about him is that he will learn. So during open practice, he had a chance to block some shots. He also got a block on Cade Cunningham, a 3-point attempt. He was able to block that. So he was a presence in the paint. Wasn't challenged much, but he was a presence in the paint. So that's one thing also about the open practice. And then you had some other things about it. Everybody's agreeing that Jaden Ivey is a blur. He's always in attack. He's super quick. He's speedy. But we've seen those things out of him from what he performed in college. We've seen those things from him, what he did in the summer league before he was injured. Fast. Sometimes he can be out of control, and speed can cause you to be that way. Even with Ja Morant. Ja Morant is someone who Jaden Ivey patterns his game after. But Ja Morant can be out of control sometimes if you watch his game. So Jaden is going to have to learn to tone it down in the pick spots. When to be aggressive, when to go 100 miles an hour, when to go 40 miles an hour, when to go 100 again, when to slow it down and kick out. Kicking out, it may be a problem for Jaden Ivey, beginning at least, because sometimes he will go so fast, it doesn't allow him time to see the whole floor. So his kick-out game might be off. His kick-out game may be off, or he may be throwing turnovers, trying to do passes that aren't there. He may catch himself in the air, trying to throw passes that aren't there. But that's going to be all part of learning. I'm personally expecting that. So when it happens, it's no big issue with me. My thing is, I want him to be fast, controlled, and open up that floor so that Cade has some room to work, and also the spot up 3-point shooters. You got Sadiq, you got Bojan, and you got Alec Burks, all knocking down threes when they get them. That his speed can open up the floor for those guys. So I'm looking forward to that. And as far as open practice was concerned, another point, Cade looked good, looked solid, looked strong. He wasn't in a rush. He was poised, and he looked under control. He spoke in media day about making a bona fide effort to control his turnovers. I would like to see that. So hopefully he can continue to work on that and get that under control. The whole team is looking for him to be a leader, and as a leader, that's one of the things he says. And one thing he said in media day was that he takes note of all his turnovers. And that's what I guess his brother was working with him on. Some of the coaches were working with him on his turnovers and limiting them and seeing what he had to do or when he was making those turnovers. What situation was he in? Was he pressured? Was he pressured? Was he going to a certain side and he couldn't get the passes out? Or what was going on with that? So there's some things that he was going to work on as far as his game, and I'm looking forward to that. Him increasing his size, bulking up, is going to help him to finish more at the rim, play through contact. We want to see that from Cade Cunningham, and we're just looking forward to all of them. Beef Stew was out there doing his thing, playing around the three-point line, knocking down jumpers. Our team is ready. Our team is ready. Our team is ready to be exciting. Whether or not that translates into wins or losses, I don't know yet. We all don't know yet. But I do believe that we will see some exciting basketball coming up this season. So we're very close. Tomorrow is the first actual preseason game against the New York Knicks. Hopefully we run through them. Either way, it will be something for us to look forward to and see where our guys measure up against talent outside of who they're playing with every day in the practice facility or against their teammates. So we get to see what it looks like against other guys. But on paper, we already know what we got. We already know what we got. So that's all I have for right now. Once again, I want to thank everybody for their continued support. And right now, once again, like I said, we're at 541 subscribers. Everybody has continually been supportive. I appreciate that. Leave in the comments what you liked about open practice, what you heard, what you know, some questions you have moving into the season. Share that with us in the comments and in replying or commenting. Let's all remember to be respectful. Everybody has done a good job of doing that. We like to keep this platform very respectful for everybody. Very safe, very comfortable for everybody. So I appreciate all of that personally. I appreciate everybody that's been hanging around and hanging with me, Flagrant Elbow. I appreciate all of you guys personally. So with that being said, that's all I have. And you know, like I always say, everybody stay safe.